This is my 2013 garden in the backyard of Burbank Avenue in Redwood City, California, and I'm going to give you a tour. On the outside here we have some buckets with some herbs and some pole beans. The herbs are growing, but they're not doing that well, but hopefully they will. Up here I have the pole beans starting to weave, or actually be trained on some string that I have put up. We have a fence that was put up to keep the cats that we have out of the garden. I have 4 tomato plants here, and they are producing very nicely. Haven't got any red ones yet, but we will very, very soon. There's 4 different types of tomato plants. One of them here, I was getting kind of frustrated with it because it's 6 feet tall and very bushy. I will admit I planted these tomatoes way too close together. They probably would have done better if they were about 2 feet apart more each one, but other than that they're doing good. And the one that I was frustrated with has actually 3 tomatoes on it now, and I was about ready to tear it down in a day or 2. So over here I have 3 or 4, I think there's 4 different cucumber plants, which also I'm training to grow up. This one here is at eye level, so it's about 6 feet tall, and we've already picked, I would say, close to 20 cucumbers of all sorts. There's lemon, pickling, there's a Japanese, I think, foot-long type. We haven't got any of those yet. Again, they're growing up on the fence line. If you look in there, look pretty close, you'll see a little guy and a bigger one in the background. And then down here on the ground, just to show you that they're growing everywhere, even if I don't train them. And then over this way along the fence, we have sugar snap peas, which there's about 6 or 7 plants in here, and we've done pretty good with those. I've probably picked well over 100 peas since the start, and as you can see, they're still growing up towards the sky. And then over here I have another little section of what will be pole beans. There's so far only 2 or 3 beans starting on them, but there's lots of flowers. And then from this side here, which I will go in the garden soon, it's partly in the shade so I won't stay too long, is lettuce, cilantro, parsley, and some bunching onions. Over here I have 4 different types of eggplants, and off this first one here I've picked about 10, 6 to 7 inch long, about half your wrist thickness, and I've never grown eggplant this good before. It's just amazing. And then in here, which again will go inside, is a row of 6 basil plants. I've already made 2 very large pestos. I keep picking all the seed pods that are constantly growing off the plants to promote new growth of flowers. I mean, you know, leaves, not the flowers. Down here, there's, I think, 6 also bean or 7 bean plants, bush beans, which are doing very well. We've picked probably a couple hundred bush beans already. So I'm kind of walking fast here now, and I hope it doesn't hurt everybody's eyes. But we're going to go into the garden and get a much closer look in the inside. This section down here is 4 or 5, I think, different melon plants, and I'm getting very ready to actually start picking some of the melons of various sorts. I have 4 pepper plants, which there's a bell pepper in there. I can get a good angle. And then 2 other ones over there. There's the tomatoes again. And over here we have our squash. This is a zucchini, which we've probably picked maybe 15 very good sized ones already. And then over here I have 2 more squash type plants. Unfortunately, they're both the same. They weren't supposed to be, but they're producing very nice yellow crookneck. And now we're on the back side of the tomatoes, and we'll get a closer look at the bean plants so you can see, beans in there. I'm sure everybody has seen a bean before. And then kind of a close-up of basil. I hope the sun is on a good angle at this point. And then down here are the eggplants again, which you can see countless flowers on this one. This one is, let me get the tag and we can give you an exact name of this one. But if you look under here, you can see how they're starting to grow. And this one here is this, which is a pot black eggplant. And what it says on the back here is grows 18 to 24 inch tall and wide, and I would say that it's already well past 24 inches. Harvest in 58 to 62 days. Unique small black fruit that can be harvested as small as 2 inches in diameter. Prolific production. And I quite believe it, because I think I'm going to get, minimum of 50 nice size eggplants off of this guy as time goes on. Down here we have the parsley and lettuces and more lettuce. Now once more over here you can see the beginnings of a black beauty, and then under here you can see the flower for this one's black beauty. They're both black beauties, but they're different shapes. So in any case, there's going to be a lot of them. Look at the size of these 2 flowers here. It's just phenomenal. And then just to give you a little shot here, these are gardens attached to a couple of sheds that are in the backyard. So I keep a lot of junk. And so that's about it. Come winter time, this is going to look totally different. Aside from having stuff torn down, it's going to be replanted with broccolis and cauliflowers and cabbage and all kinds of stuff, because now that I've got dirt in my backyard that I can grow a garden in, it's going to always have a garden as long as I'm living here. Anyways, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the 2013 garden. Thank you.